Hi there, everybody. Alan Smith and Martin Tyler here. We're looking forward to what could be a very special and spectacular piece of football action for you from the long-range game, where a shot from long distance that goes in counts as 2 goals.
Yeah, and as a result, you're going to see the opposition closing down quickly when the ball's within about 30 yards, and a big onus on the keepers not to let in anything silly from distance.
The match today is England against Spain. And we pause now for the national anthems. And the lineup for the home side goes like this. Alan, we're looking at the quality of women's football here, and Arsenal, your old club, they were very much at the forefront of developing it in the UK.
They were, yes, many years back now. Vic Akers, who's now the kit man at Arsenal, he was the manager for a number of years and really enjoyed a lot of success.
And it is a game played with real skill, perhaps not quite the physicality of the men's game, but in some ways the spectacle can be more enchanting because of that.
Yes, and I think the pace of the game has increased over the last few years. Certainly the technical ability is getting better and better all the time.
Game kicked off by England. Bit of space to go forward into with the ball. Now Bronze. Houghton. Christensen. Now Duggan. To San Pedro. Torrejon. Here's a chance to go down the outside of the opposition. Harmlessly through to the keeper. Here's Putellas. To Torrecilla. Here's Corredera. Torrecilla. Torrejon. To Torrecilla. Here's Corredera. Well, here comes the support. It's Greenwood. To San Pedro. Saw the pass coming and got there first. To Scott. Duggan. Now Duggan. Scott. Christensen. Here's Jill Scott. It's Jill Scott now. Well, I like the look of this attack. Doing well to keep the ball. Looking for teammates in the middle. And that's headed away for a throw. Here's Jill Scott. Scott. Here's a chance to whip it in. A good run towards the near post. Good clearance. To Putellas. To Hermoso. Goes out wide again. Torresia. Played in the clear. Well, they managed to get out of harm's way then, because it looked as though there was going to be some real damage done to them. Losada. Paredes. Spain looking set maybe to make a chance now. Makes the challenge here. Cleared it well. Here's Kirby. Here's White. Duggan. Presented possession to the opposition now. Paredes. Here's Torrejon. Here's Paredes. Hermoso. That's a good spot by the defender. To Scott. Christensen. And White. Kirby. Needs to be quick. Here's Putellas. Here's San Pedro. Spotted that well and intercepted. And here they are on the attack. Saw the goal and went for it. Oh, it's come off the goalkeeper, still in play. And that will clear the danger. Just wondering about the effect of the snow into the players' eyes and seeing as clearly as they would do if there was no snow.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? If it impairs vision and if it gathers on the ball as well, of course, that's when the ref has to have a look at it.
Duggan. And now the shot! The shot gets blocked. To Torresia. Here's Putellas. Torresia. Here's Horton. Now Bronze. Here's Jill Scott. Scott. Christensen. Here's Kirby. Now Duggan. Greenwood. Probing with the pass. Throw in now. Here's Duggan. Here's Kirby. And here's the shot. Plenty of power, but not too much direction. Here's San Pedro. Losada to Putellas. Return pass. Able to cut that out with some sharp movement. Christensen. Kirby. To Scott. Steph Houghton. Scott. It's Jill Scott now. Christensen. That's very good shielding of the ball. Can go in from here. Delivered into the box. Well, it was considered controlled attacking play, but it's come to nothing in the end. To Torresia. Here's Losada. To Putellas. Lovely ball. Now the cross has gone behind. It's a poor effort. Everyone seems to be at one today. The players, the supporters, especially the supporters. Listen to this.
Well, they need a huge pat on the back, and it certainly puts a spring in the step of footballers down on that pitch. They will appreciate what they're hearing in that.
Houghton. Christensen. Paredes. Torrejon to San Pedro. Corredera. Here's San Pedro. A lot of defenders between them and the goal, but they still got the ball. Millie Bright. Greenwood. Christensen. Bright. Scott. Out. Kirby. Here's Paredes. Losada. Corredera. Got the opposition backpedaling a little bit. Proper tackle that. Christensen. Oh, free kick. Awarded by the referee. Cleared away by the defender. Here's Putellas. Here's San Pedro. Far too close across to the keeper. To Torresia. Corredera. Had a go! Oh, it's the post! To San Pedro. Paredes. Here's San Pedro. To Putellas. They've gone wide. Chance to get the ball in the box. And that's really the way to get the ball out of the danger zone. To Torresia. Good position for the cross. Danger was looming large, but they've got themselves back on the ball. Torrejon to Torresia. Here's Torrejon. To Putellas. Hermoso. Here's Losada. Just moving the opposition around, maybe trying to wear them out by getting them to chase. Well, she's done well here to... Now it's a free kick that the referee has decided to award. The talking to from the referee, the card stayed in the pocket.
Yeah, and you don't always see that so often. The ref will produce a yellow early on and quite often leads to a red.
Trying to get close, but not like that, eh?
Yeah, definitely. Sometimes they get away with it, don't they? But not on this occasion.
Well, that's good defending. Torresia. Just stole it away in the end, the goalkeeper. Here's Jill Scott. Now Bronze. That's a good spot by the defender. Here's Jill Scott. Bit of space to go forward into with the ball. It's an excellent cross. And they've scored. And they've opened the scoring here. That's top quality, no doubt about it.
Well, coming in from the right, that was so inviting. Wonderful delivery.
Great ball, great goal. The goal, wherever you look at it, it was very well taken. So England have the lead. to Putellas. Free kick given by the referee for England. To Scott. Here's Kirby. Christensen. Shots on here. And the save is made by the goalkeeper. Well, now they've won the ball back in the middle of the park by intercepting that pass. Christensen. Here's Kirby. And here's the shot. Well, a corner to come because of that deflection. Trying to catch the opposition out with a short corner. Here's Kirby. Building steadily here, keeping possession.
That's a wonderful tackle.
Losada. Here's San Pedro. Here's Torrejon. England have worked very hard at their defending, and they've got a lead to defend. But there's a fair amount of time, all of the second half and what remains of the first half, for that defensive structure to stay intact. Here's Corredera. Here's San Pedro. Corredera.
Well, I like the look of this attack.
They've got the ball back. The interceptor got it for them. To San Pedro. And that's good support as they build this attack. Paredes. Here's Torrejon. Nice bit of interplay between these two. Really trying to use the full width of the pitch here to make some progress. Here's the chance to get in the cross. To San Pedro. To Torresia. Here's Torrejon. Torresia. Here's San Pedro. Torrejon. Here's Losada. To Putellas. Chance to put it in the box from here.
Whipped in from the wide area.
It's Jill Scott now. Scott.
Just read the intentions of the opposition there to make the interception. Could be a chance here. They've got the ball into a good area.
Here's Corredera. Here's Torrejon. To Torresia.
Chance for the cross.
Torrejon. Torresia. Here's San Pedro. Here's Losada. Corredera.
The return pass.
Losada. Torresia.
Cleared away by the defender.
Corredera. Here's a chance to whip it in. Here's Corredera. Here's Torrejon.
That looked really threatening, but in the end it was a bit of a damp squib because no one could connect with the cross.
3 minutes of added
3
time.
minutes to be added on.
Got to pass the ball a bit better than this if they're going to make progress, giving it straight away.
Now Bronze.
Well, in it goes.
Well, crossing is a skill, and that's not a very good example of it. They've spoilt the promise of that attack. Hermoso. Here's Losada. It's Jill Scott now. To Scott. Christensen. Intriguing and at times inspirational in this friendly fixture. At half-time, there is just the one goal in it.
Yeah, and it's also been a bit of a tactical battle at times, the two teams cancelling each other out, but the one team ahead, and probably deservedly so.
Game kicked off by England. And here's the shot. Plenty of power, but not too much direction. It's an excellent cross. And they've scored. And they've opened the scoring here. And they kick off at the start of the second half. Poor attempt at a pass, really. Christensen. Here's Kirby. And White. Working hard just to see maybe a sight of goal. And now the shot! Great goal here from the range too.
Oh, the keeper was grasping at thin air there.
From a long way out, she's produced something very special.
Well, if the net wasn't in the way, that would still be travelling now.
Well, here's the goal again. I have to say it's so one-sided today, but all credit to the team that are racking up the goals. To Putellas. To Torresia. Here's Putellas. Made the challenge well. And that's deflected behind. It will be a corner.
Wow, that really did fly off a boot. That was some connection.
Put the corner in the middle. Reaching for it a little bit with the header, and that's the expected result.
Back to the training ground, I think.
Here's Corredera. Here's San Pedro. And shoots! Oh, the goalkeeper makes the save. Here's Kirby. Christensen. Bronze. Here's Kirby.
Trying to stretch the opposition, using the wider areas here. And that will end the threat, at least for the moment.
Wonder if there's an injury involved here, maybe a bit of fatigue, Alan, but she's going to go off. But really enjoyed watching her play.
Oh, she's got a lot of quality about her, and we saw it all during the course of her performance out here.
Now Bronze.
Did well, stuck out a foot and cut off the pass. Too much pressure for the opposition, who've lost the ball.
Here's Paredes. Here's Losada. Torresia. To San Pedro. Here's San Pedro.
Here's a chance to go down the outside of the opposition. It goes out wide again. Any danger to the goal has gone with that clearance.
It's a very good interception.
Walsh.
Bright.
To Scott.
Bronze. It's Jill Scott now.
A lot of defenders between them and the goal, but they still got the ball.
Taking on the defenders.
Here's the chance to get in the cross.
Return pass. Kirby. Torresia. To Torresia. Here's Putellas. Going to be a substitution here for the home side. Now Bronze. Kirby. Here's Duggan. That's a combination of skill and will to hold off the opposition. Here's Corredera. Torresia.
Oh, that's good defending.
To Torresia.
Attacking well here.
Here's Putellas.
And that'll be a goal kick.
So she's going off. She's not going to do the full game, but goodness me, what a contribution she's made to the game thus far.
She's had a fine game, maybe just tiring last 5 or 10 minutes.
We've had an hour gone here, and still 30 minutes left. And that's a turnover in play.
Here's Paredes.
They spread it out wide here. Chance to get some width into this attack.
Bronze.
Walsh.
To Greenwood.
Duggan.
It's Greenwood. Now Duggan. Greenwood. Here's Duggan.
Shot on!
Losada. That's very good shielding of the ball. Here's San Pedro. Paredes. Here's Losada. To Putellas.
And that's good support as they build this attack.
Here's Jill Scott.
To Scott.
Done well under pressure here to hold the ball as the challenge came in.
And the assistant signals for the throw.
It's a good cross. And the goalkeeper has done well to stop that one.
Here's Losada. Corredera. Torrejon. That's a combination of skill and will. Shots on here. It's given them just a half a chance. Spain, the scorers there.
Well, it's come in from a long way out, and from that angle, it's not always easy to finish.
Defenders caught out by it in the end. Well, here's the goal again. (3-1) the scoreline as we restart the game. It's Jill Scott now. Scott. Really strong tackle, and the ball's gone out for a throw. Bright. And that's across the field to try and switch the play. That's very good shielding of the ball. Trying to find an opening, not panicking. Paredes. Here's Torrejon. To San Pedro. Difficult decision for the officials here, but it is a throw, not a corner. Here's San Pedro. Here's Torrejon. Put into the middle. Cleared away, well away from goal. Just a quick check on the clock, and there are 20 minutes to go. And there's the interception. Done well under pressure here to hold the ball as the challenge came in. The ground staff are actually gathering, Alan, with this snow worsening here, as to whether there might be a little bit of a halt to clear the lines, possibly.
Yeah, because there are signs it's settling, and when that happens, you have got an issue about the lines.
Here's Torrejon. Here's San Pedro. Corredera. Scott. White. Walsh. Duggan.
That's a wonderful tackle. And shoots! And that shot's blocked very quickly.
Strong, powerful clearance.
Millie Bright to Greenwood.
Walsh. Here's Jill Scott. Duggan, supporting player alongside. Decision is a throw. It was a fair tackle. Return pass. To Scott. Letting the shot go! Good work by the goalkeeper. Duggan. In quickly. Here's Torrejon. Here's San Pedro. Torrejon. It goes out wide again. Paredes. To San Pedro. Wasteful pass, unforced error, really. Greenwood. Walsh. Scott.
Good forward play from them. Pass, pass, pass. And the player with the ball has so many options, so they work so hard off the ball to make those options possible.
Yeah, and it's not been passing for passing's sake either. They've made inroads into the enemy territory.
Duggan. Walsh just working away to try and find an opening. Torrejon. Here's Losada. Here's San Pedro. Let's see a substitute coming on for the away team here. They've got the ball back by that interception.
That's a combination of skill and will to hold off the opposition. Well, they can see out time like this, unless the opposition become a bit more dynamic, and they'll win the match. That's very good shielding of the ball.
Here's Losada. Here's Corredera.
Good work, really, to read the intention of the pass.
Spain get the throw. The manager's going to make the change. I think the feeling on the bench is she'll have to go off now, but she's been terrific. Listen to the ovation.
Yeah, deservedly getting a great round of applause, and I think it's just a question of protecting what is one of the manager's prize assets here.
Paredes. White. Duggan. Now Duggan. Good position. They've worked this attack very well into quite a dangerous position now. Bright. Greenwood. Walsh. It's a very good interception.
Done well under pressure here to hold the ball as the challenge came in. That's a combination of skill and will to hold off the opposition. They've gone wide, chance to get the ball in the box. Keeper's ball, no question about that. It was a weak cross, really. On the move and able to cut out the pass.
Houghton. Walsh. White.
The break is definitely on. Great goal here from the range too.
Oh, the keeper was grasping at thin air there.
Well, look at the positioning here, and she's put her laces through that one, and it's flown in from that distance.
Oh, that's a wonderful goal. Really is. Perfect timing.
There's no doubt that the scoreline reflects realistically the nature of the game. There's nothing false about it. They've thoroughly deserved to be so far ahead.
Bronze. To Carney. Now Bronze.
And pressure to absorb high up the pitch.
Here's Jill Scott. 3 minutes to be added on.
There will be a minimum of
Scott.
3 minutes.
Well, that's a lovely piece of skill. Now Bronze.
Got to pass the ball a bit better than this if they're going to make progress, giving it straight away.
Here's San Pedro. Here's Putellas. Duggan. Walsh. To Greenwood. Bright. It's Greenwood. Now Duggan.
That's very good shielding of the ball.
And Spain strong to get that ball back. To San Pedro. Here's Corredera.
We've given it straight to the opposition.
Well, that's it. It's over, this international friendly fixture. And a big win.
Well, it was a cakewalk, really, wasn't it? And it was so easy, it was untrue. It's not often you see that happen, and I wasn't expecting it, I must admit.
And here's the shot. Plenty of power, but not too much direction. It's an excellent cross.
And they've scored. And they've opened the scoring here. Working hard just to see maybe a sight of goal.
And now the shot. Great goal here from the range too.
Oh, the keeper was grasping at thin air there.
Put the corner in the middle. Reaching for it a little bit with the header, and that's the expected result.
Back to the training ground, I think.
That's a combination of skill and will.
Shots on here. It's given them just a half a chance.
The break is definitely on. Great goal here from the range too.
Oh, the keeper was grasping at thin air there.